All right, everybody, good evening. Rivian. I like this thing. I really do. Now, this isn't my car. This is Michelle's car, so don't get too excited. This is not a manly truck. This isn't even really a truck. It's not body on frame. You know, this is a, what do you call this? This is like a city mom, soccer mom cruiser. We'll explain it in a minute. So remember, we're always dealing with Mormon logic here, fuzzy logic, right? So my fuzzy logic looks like this. I buy this thing, it's the quote unquote, how many times have you heard me say this? The family flex vehicle. So that was the original intent of the M5 purchase. Remember, I bought the M5 and I'm like, oh, I love this to be our family flex vehicle, meaning that that we have like something that I can grab the keys to if I need to haul something somewhere. The kids can jump in and go wherever they need to go in it, be comfortable. And so that was the intent of having the M5, is that we have like a big sedan, but that didn't really work. Kids hated it. It really wasn't big enough. The car's big, but the interior space, like the back seat, Ryan couldn't even fit in it. Kate was too short because her feet kind of poked up, so it just wasn't a good choice. And then I bought the Tesla, thinking the Tesla would be great at that. The problem with the Tesla was that kids would get car sick in it when they're watching YouTube shorts and doing whatever they're doing their homework in the back. And so they always want to be in the Raptor. I'm telling you, the Raptor is the best darn family vehicle ever. And so when this was launched, I said, you know, maybe this could be it. And then I saw the SUV, and so I actually placed the order about a year and a half ago for the Rivian R1S, the SUV. I just put $1,000 down to lock your spot in line and see if I could get a hold of one. And of course, I think deliveries, like my estimated delivery was 2025 or something like that. 2020, because I didn't get in early enough. It was early, but not early enough. So, where's my wheel brushes? We're gonna do the stiffer one on this. And so we realize that the truck is just so much more suited for what we're doing. It's a much better option. Because Ryan's football pads and all that crap, Michelle's always carting all kinds of volleyballs around. They're never really carting a bunch of people around. It's always just the four of them, or the four of us. You know what I really need? Need some wise guy. No, I'm not deconning this today. I'm just kind of cleaning it. I wanted to make a video to introduce you all to it, and then we'll deal with the full decon, full polishing, and all that stuff later. So this is Shine Supply's wise guy. I think diluted 50/50 maybe. It's gonna be pretty strong. Get some of this goop off the tires. So I changed to the truck, and actually had one of you probably watching this now said, hey, I can hook you up if you wanted to get the truck now. And I just gotten 3 cars in a row. I was freaking out. You know, too many cars. I got the Brewster Touring, I got the G80, and I've just gotten the giveaway big risk, you know, GT3 RS. And I'm like, I'm just not ready. I'm going to take the car in April or May, because I changed from the R1S to the R1T. And so my delivery was due in like May, you know, May, June, something like that. And then I got an option to, yeah, we'll deal with all this later when we coat the wheels. But I got an option to buy from inventory. The same guy told me, hey, don't do the 22s. The 20s look way better. And so we did the 20-inch wheels instead, which I think he's right. So this was the exact spec I was looking for. White, black 20s. And you really don't have an option. Like, I think it's quad motor only at the moment. And so what is this? This is 835 horsepower, 900 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty gnarly. Let's just spray the tires here just to kind of get it working. So those of you that are a little younger or have not had as many cars in your life are gonna really scoff at this comment. But I'm telling you, I've had, I don't know how many cars, maybe I should add it up how many cars. I've had 25 plus or something. Maybe it's a lot more than, I'm not really sure how many cars I've had, but a lot of different cars, a lot of different buying experiences. I ordered this kind of knowing a little bit about it. But I love the idea of electric. I like kind of, I don't like, this is probably a little bit more early adopting than I like to do. You know, there's a good chance this company fails and I'm stuck with a brick, you know, with a technology brick that doesn't work. Hopefully someone would buy the rights and keep it working, but I really didn't do a lot of research. I've watched a couple videos, read the site on the thing, put my $1,000 deposit down. Had a great experience with Tesla. But this just seemed like it could be a good fit for what we're looking to do. And so I ordered it. But what I didn't realize is how freaking cool this thing is. We'll get into it when we do the detail a bit more. But like, did I clean the face of that thing? I don't think I did. Yeah. Chase, cut it out. Chase, come over here. And so when we did the delivery, I didn't take my camera or anything. I don't really care that much about this. Again, this isn't really for me. This is for Michelle and the kids. So this reminded me of the time that I think it was 2007 or 8 when I went with Michelle. She wanted a MacBook Pro, and I'm like, Macs are dumb. They're for artists. And then I had such a great experience. Like, the buying experience was amazing. This reminded me of that. Like, I don't have a heck of a lot of interest in this thing, but after doing the delivery experience, so the way it works is you put your $1,000 down and you wait. And then when you make the choice to get the car, or when they say that you're good to go, Chase, you are freaking killing me, bro. Stop barking. Go in. As I was saying, you paid the $1,000, you wait. Then again, they offered up trucks that were coming off the assembly line. I think a lot of people cancel their orders. So like, they put the $1,000 down, and then when it's time to pony up, they don't actually buy it. I mean, I did that with my Model S, the Model S Plaid. And so I think it's pretty often where people just decide not to get it. And so there was all kinds of trucks that I could choose from that would get me a month earlier. And we were ready. I was ready. And so the greatest part about this whole experience is you go on to the app or log into the site. When it's time to do the transaction, it's like a 3 or 4 step process. I did it in the TSA. I was standing in line at TSA. So by the time I got through clear pre-check, I had paid the money, attached my insurance card, taken a photo of my license, filled out all the paperwork, and I was done, paid. It's such a great experience dealing with electric car companies rather than the goofy traditional process you have to deal with. By the way, I put this in car wash mode so it's not buzzing at me, opening, closing doors and unlocking all that stuff. So the buying experience was very Tesla-like. The only difference is they did a much better job of presenting the car, which I didn't really want, but I'm glad they did. Because this thing has like 1 billion compartments and all kinds of cool things, like stuff that's just well thought out. Like I said, it was just such a great purchasing experience. I didn't have to deal with any bull crap. The only thing that kind of stinks as a detail type, like you can't like convince them to not touch the car. So this thing was rubbed on pretty aggressively, I'm sure. We'll get to that. I'm not doing any PPF. I'm going to polish this and just coat it. I'll probably do something like Ultra on it or something, or maybe I'll test out some other new product or something like that. I gotta go spray the rotor with the Adamax so it doesn't rust over. So Michelle's already driven it about 500 miles. So it's been, it went down to Tampa this weekend. She got all kinds of love bugs all over it, so I gotta get those off. She doesn't want me debadging it, but I think I'm going to. And remember, we live in Podunk, Florida here. So, as usual, all the cars Michelle has, all the people stop her. What is that thing? They have no idea. It's so funny. So she's had 6 people already stop and want to know what's going on. Which I think is hilarious because she doesn't want any of that. She gets kind of annoyed. I said, be nice. People are just trying to figure out what's going on here. So, it's so funny. I can drive around in a GT3 RS and no one gives a crap. She's driving around in a boring mom truck and people are going crazy. But yeah, this thing is it's so pleasantly surprising how good it is. Like the interior is not a $78,000. I think that, what did I pay for? I think it was $78,000. Now they're more than that now because I had prepaid and then there was a whole mutiny on. They came in and jacked up the price on everybody and everybody freaked out and luckily they honored the original pricing. I probably would have canceled it if they'd, we'd gone up $20,000. And, but this very clear to me that this is like $120,000 vehicle from, just the level of what this thing is providing. It's, like I'll show you in a minute. The interior is really nice. The exterior is nice. I mean, I don't know about fit and finish yet, but all the stuff they thought of, like a tie down or a locking. It's not a tie down, but it's like a cable system to like lock up your bike. There's all kinds of power outlets all over the place. Like, they really did think about the adventure part of this. So the adventure package is really pretty cool. Somehow they managed to get some Pirelli. What are these things? 275, 65, 20. So what is this, like a 33 or something like that? They look kind of like 35s, but I don't know that they're that big. It's only a 275. But you know, 0 to 60 in 3-ish seconds, pretty crazy. And that's 7,200 pound truck, rated at 835 horsepower, 900 foot-pounds of torque. It's nuts. This is the fastest car I own. Nerd truck. But I think this is like a, you know, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime early adoption type purchase, because they're going to have to either raise the price substantially, go out of business, or cut quality. I mean, this thing is freaking remarkable. And then the brakes, the wheels, the tires, the what seems to be really nice fit and finish. It's freaking good, man. I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought I wasn't gonna, and I don't really give much of a crap about this, but this could finally be the slightly longer term actual family Flexmobile. It actually does what I set out to do with it. But you know, there's some quirks. You know, charging is nowhere near as efficient because of how big and tall and heavy this thing is. It does about 300 miles of range. You would think, as big as the battery is, that it would last longer. It would have a longer range, and then it doesn't charge as quickly. And of course, you don't have the Tesla charging network. It's the wall charger charges at half the speed the Tesla does. What's going on here? Oh, I need to get the right quick disconnect. It's been on my list. Yeah, so the charging speed is slower. But for us, this isn't designed to be a replacement for the Raptor. This is designed to be a complement. And so this is the around town car. Michelle drives like 35,000 miles a year around town. And so it does a lot of sitting in car line, just idling. And so that's where having an electric vehicle, I think, makes a lot of sense for us, is having that ability to sit in an electric car, not an idling V8 or V6. And she's really digging it. She didn't really She's like, what are you doing? I don't want this. Sure enough, I haven't even driven it yet. She's all over it. This thing is, last night I was supposed to make this video, but they took it. Her and Ryan took it. I'm like, saying there's no protection on this thing. I need to get the love bugs off, otherwise it's going to etch it. I need to get them off now, and they took off on me. So I'm doing it tonight. Trying to get all this goop off of here. So better buying experience, better tech, obviously. Obviously the electric aspect of the car. It's kind of cool looking, but kind of not. The thing that helps it, the big yellow brakes help it. The wheels are decent, so that helps it. Certain angles it looks okay, but it's a kind of a goofy looking thing. But I like I think the overall styling of it's kind of cool. This could never be like my car, like my only car. All right, let me rinse this thing off. I think that's about what I need to do with the wheels. Yep. I'm going to time this sunlight properly here today, because we're still early in the spring season. The light goes from too bright to too dark, too fast. So I think we're going to be okay here on this one. Let's do a pre-wash. Let's keep playing with that. So I'm going to do a touchless here, built hamper touchless. So let's just get around the truck with some haste. Stuff has an interesting, rather pleasant smell to it. It's not scented. That's pretty good. So I'm pretty consistently using about 200. I used about 250 milliliters of soap there. I could do some things to use less, like go down in pressure washer, go up an orifice, or smaller an orifice size, and go down to a single pressure washer. But I like the idea of a quick, not have to change anything. I'm okay with using a little bit more soap. So the motorized cover, tonneau, or the bed cover, the motorized version of the cover has been problematic, I think. Been lots of issues, warranty issues and stuff. And so they stopped offering it. And they're supposed to have a manual version this summer. So hopefully in the next couple of months, we'll have that available. I'll let this sit for another minute. Rinse this off, and then I'm gonna wash it with Decon soap. I like to wash any car that isn't protected or corrected with me. I like to wash with Decon soap. It's a lot slicker, and then hopefully pulling off the dirt that may be a little bit more deeply embedded because we don't have any protection layer. And I'm gonna just dry it with drying aid, and I'll put a liberal amount of drying aid on it so there'll at least be something on it until I get to it in the next month or so, next few weeks. And then I think it'd look cool. Take the Rivian off, have like a real stealth looking, stormtrooper looking setup. I don't know. Michelle will probably be mad at me if I do that, but it doesn't look like, I wonder if you could take this badge off too. It doesn't look like there's an indent. Telling you, those of you that give me a bit of a hard time about the dual pressure washer, I'm telling you, it's amazing. All right, people, I'm becoming a real believer in the touchless. It's freaking good, man. I've never had bugs that have been on there for 2 or 3 days come off like that, ever. Even on a coated car. This thing's not coated. Not even wax. That's pretty good, man. All right, so let's do Decon soap. Man, what a great experience with these pressure washers. It's awesome. It's not loud. I'm telling you, if you have one, buy the kit, do 2. I know you've been loving the single experience, but the dual, it's like a whole new lease on life. It's great. Get my wash bucket ready. So there's certain aspects of this thing, there's certain angles, I should say, they look kind of cool, I guess. I guess cool is probably not the right word. That looks decent. You know, it's very Honda Ridgeline-like, with like a little bit of a hipster vibe to it. I don't think the windows need to be tinted. So I think like the windshield and the side, the front windows, the way that they've tinted the rears is it's pretty decent. So I don't think I'm going to tint the windows. Again, it's a $78,000 truck. To do $4,000 worth of PPF on it, I just don't care that much. You know, I'm doing PPF on my $200,000 car, not my $80,000 car, because anybody who buys this isn't gonna frickin' care. Plus the fact that this will be largely driven around town, so it shouldn't be much of a problem anyway. Now, you know, in certain areas of the country, you're in Michigan and you're driving it on the winter, you know, I don't know, either thing's gonna get beat up. But we managed to survive with our cars without PPF before, so I think we'll be okay with a car that isn't like a, at least for me, that isn't like, I'm not like coveting this thing, so I'm not going down that path. But I will coat it. It'll make it easier to wash and maintain. I will polish it. But, I mean, there was no, I haven't done any real scrutinizing the panel gaps and stuff like that, but I didn't realize there's PPF on this piece here. Looks like the only PPF part. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna really go beyond, I'm not gonna go beyond the polishing and basic coating of the thing. Let's bring the camera around. I guess it makes sense to get a few different angles on this since it is a new thing that most people haven't seen, but a lot of anyway. I'm telling you though, this thing sure does garner a lot of attention. Everybody's looking. I think because cars like this are more average and approachable, than like a supercar or fancy car. It is pretty neat though, like to drive in the Raptor and to see how much it struggles. And the Raptors are pretty reasonably fast for a truck anyway. And it just feels, you know, you feel like you're in a truck and you're at a disadvantage. You're always gonna manage how you're pulling out into traffic and stuff. And then you get in something like this and it just freaking leaps. It's fast as crap. But it seems to me, just in my initial thoughts here, washing, these body panels seem pretty proportional. Like the hood doesn't feel overly big. The fenders, the doors don't feel big and annoying. It just seems like a good, well-designed, well-engineered, well-thought out. Like, I don't know the story behind who made this thing. These are plastic. But whoever made the choice on this, the choices on this thing is pretty, they knew what they were doing. What do you think about this truck, Shelly?
I like it.
You like it way more than you thought? You didn't really think that was the thing, right? Yeah. Yeah.
What are you chatting about?
I'm just talking about this car.
What do you think about it? You like it, right?
I do. I mean, not for me, but for you. And to like have it as, you know, as part of the family. I think it's good. You got any solid insights? No rock chips yet. That's good. Seems like it's pretty easy to wash, unlike the Raptor, which is a lot. Can I take these badges off? She's not paying attention. I want to take the badges off. Don't you want to be stealthy?
Why do people keep pulling up next to me asking what kind of car it is when the sign
because they know you're going to be a nerd. They know you're going to be a nerd, and so nerds are approachable.
I'm so embarrassed driving through the car line today.
Oh.
I was going against everyone so they could see right in the car. Who is this? I wanted tinted windows so badly.
Yeah, have you had any car line conversations?
No, I don't like attention from cars, so I kept my head down and I was like,
Don't be mean.
the lights are off.
Yeah, get your phone out of here. I try not to have the doors and stuff annoying me. Yeah, I think this thing's cool. No, I keep saying that. It's not cool. I think this is an interesting car. And I think I like it. All right, the size of it, now it's starting to feel big. And my soap is starting to dry up. I like all this plastic down here on the bottom of the doors. I think that's smart. Keep you from getting all paint chipped up and stuff. And there's like a little lip on it that will also protect the paint. That's pretty smart. I like that a lot. Oh yeah, even the bottom of the doors. So that trim is part of the door. That's cool. That's really smart. I think I'm gonna order all-weather mats tonight for it. They'll do better with the kids. So far, haven't noticed any kind of leaks or anything, like air leaks. Like I said, just like my Tesla, the fit and finish is pretty decent. That's going to be a problem. Close that. Get my phone off of me. It's the point of car wash mode. I need to start washing about 20 minutes earlier, and I'll be perfect. All right, this thing actually fits in here pretty nicely. I mean, I have quite a bit of distance. I put the E36 in there. I'd be a little concerned, so I need to pull the E36 in over further to that way. I need to get my torque tank out of here. But if I pull the E36 over, I mean, we've got enough room to fully open the door on this side. I don't have to worry about affecting the cars. Yeah, I mean, this could work pretty well. What is that? Spider. All right, let's plug this thing in. So I got the charger right here. And yeah, we'll have to deal with putting it on the floor. But I think if I kept two cars at OGHQ, you know, in a month and a half, the 997 will be gone. So put the charger in here. Keep the cable out of the way. Let's dry this thing off. Gotta do some laundry. So let's go heavy on the drying aid so we at least get something on it. But see, I mean, just look at it here. In there, it looks good. It's good looking. What's going on here? Is this thing split? That's what I said to the press-all people. Like, why would it split on drying aid? And I don't even have it fully tightened down. It's not good. Gotta figure that out. So the garage, all we have left to do is I have to calibrate the audio after we do the rear speakers. So we're gonna cut in the rear speakers tomorrow, and this puppy's ready. ready for prime time. On to the next project. I mean, there's nothing in drying aid that would affect the tip. So now that we got it under the lights here and we're washing it, let's kind of see what the paint's looking like. In fact, let me get you in a little closer here. I mean, white. This is why my strong suggestion would be, if you're going to buy a new car, a car that has questionable build quality, or like, you know, a brand new manufacturer like this, I would highly encourage you to do something like white. It'll be a lot more forgiving on the view of imperfections, everything from panel gaps to paint nibs and things like that. You're gonna have a much better chance of being able to stomach the thing. Just a more forgiving color in that fashion. At first glance, paint quality looks pretty decent. I see some it's like iron. So we'll definitely need to do some iron removal. I bet you one of these are transported on rail car, and we'll see how the front end holds up with rock chips and stuff like that. Gosh, I hate drying a car that isn't protected. It's annoying, really annoying. It's pushing water around. So I think we'll stick with charging the car to 85%. It's a smart move, I think, from a battery conservation perspective. So we'll make sure to do that. Other than that, you know, our theoretical maintenance should be next to zero. I mean, you're really not using brakes because you're using regenerative braking. If you're not familiar, regenerative braking is you're essentially using the engine torque in opposite direction. Not engine, I shouldn't call it engine, motor. The electric motor is the electric motor in reverse direction is slowing the vehicle down. When you let off the accelerator, you end up generating energy via the axles and gear set, axles into your tires, into axles, into your gear set, which then generates energy, puts energy back into the battery, regenerating the energy rather than requiring the use of your traditional brake calipers, brake rotors and calipers. Yeah, there's quite a bit of looks like embedded iron in the white paint. You can really see it. I can feel it on the surface, so I think it's most likely iron. I got the big glass window on top here. Lots of water spots up here, so we'll have to polish this thing for sure. Although with the introduction of the drying aid here, it seems to be cleaning up pretty nicely. But a good old-fashioned polishing will do this some serious justice. And a decon as well. It's a pretty cool looking roof. Oh yeah. Lots of embedded contaminants. Who knows how long this thing sat out. I think it came right off production, and so, where are they making these things? Indiana or something like that? So it's coming right off of production and then right to me, so I don't think this thing sat very long. I mean, it arrived in Orlando the day before I picked it up, according to their, you know, how they set appointments and all that. So it seems pretty efficient, and then it's not, you know, it's not coming on over on a boat. Some serious advantages to that. Yeah. You gonna come help me out here? No. Crap. Kate doesn't help me anymore. She's too busy talking to her buddies. Kate's already become a little volleyball star. Or working on it. She's playing on the 10-year-old team at 8, so that's pretty cool. She was fired up. She said she wanted to do, one of the things we don't do is push our kids, you know, we let them decide, just support. And so she wants to do private lessons and all this stuff. I said, man, I wish I could have done private lessons when I was a kid. But it's cool to be able to give them that. At least whenever everybody's looking at Michelle, at least the truck will be somewhat clean. Yeah, I'm telling you, the buying experience on this thing, these electric cars, is just so good. Such a great experience. I don't have to deal with any dealership. There's no like adversarial sales relationship. Yeah, there's a ton of iron on this paint. It's gonna bleed purple. Yeah, you wanna come help? Sure. I'll always take your help. Let's see, what can we have Katie Bell do? Yeah, I'm a little tight here next to the E36 can move over 3 feet that way. I need to do that. What do you hate? Yeah, they look pretty cool. They look pretty comfy, that's for sure. Let me just do this roof. Let me do this roof here real quick, and then let me do this roof, and then I'll have you help me do the doors and stuff. What do you think about this truck? You liking it?
It's not as much fun as the other one. I'm gonna have to get used to that.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I'm already got the tire 30.
I cleaned the whole thing up. Initial wash. This is not the full detail, just an initial cleanup. Am I gonna teach you how to detail someday, you think?
Hmm?
Are you gonna learn how to take care of cars?
Nope.
You don't care?
Nope. Yep.
You think maybe you'll do like it as like a college job?
Why would I do that?
Make some money?
I want to work at a poor restaurant.
At a what?
At a poor restaurant.
Oh, what's a poor restaurant?
Like a restaurant poor people go to.
What is that?
I don't know. Like McDonald's.
Oh. Okay, go grab one of these towels and one of these towels
From where?
from the cabinet.
A black one?
An orange one?
Yeah. These two?
Can you reach it?
Yeah.
Not the little baby one.
What? This?
Nope, you got the right orange one, but not the black one needs to be the big one.
Okay. One in this cabinet? This one?
Yep.
Okay, what are they?
Okay, come over here. Don't let it hit the ground.
I did.
Come down here, you're gonna do this door. Do this door first. So wipe it with the big black one first, and then the orange one second. Do a good job drying it off.
What is the point of this?
We're cleaning it. We're drying it off, making it look shiny.
Okay, like that? And use the orange one.
And you missed all kinds of spots. Do the whole panel.
Yeah. There's only one. Top.
If you don't do a better job, you're going to be one of those poor people. You got to do a good job. Don't let it hit the ground.
I'm not.
Keep the towel folded. Fold it up like this. So it's nice. Then you can go like this. Okay, now use the orange one to finish it off. See any more water left?
Nope.
Everything look nice and dry?
Yep.
You ready for the next panel?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's come do this door. This whole big door, you think you can handle this?
Yeah. Why don't you lock the doors?
I don't know. It's because my phone is nearby, so it's opening up.
Are you doing the inside?
I think I'm gonna wipe the windows down because they're all kind of yucky.
It's kind of hard to get the handle.
Yep. Can I help you?
No. I want to help. No.
You have to get this side done.
I will. Yeah.
Okay. Now use the orange one to get it totally dry. But don't push, just nice and smooth. I've come a long way, KB. I would never let you help me do this. You're gonna mess up my car. But
I'm a big kid now.
remember, these guys would be watching you as a little baby. You would crawl outside, kind of push your way into whatever I was working on.
Okay, I finished.
Okay, let's go around to the other side. We have to do the same thing over there.
Oh, I'm a big kid now. That window has a smear.
Yeah, that's the inside, I think. Yep. Yeah, we'll clean the inside in a minute.
I'm cleaning that.
You're supposed to be sleeping? I like how we can see ourselves on that big screen there. All right,
My favorite color is
you
from.
want to do this again?
What?
Here, start back here. Do this.
That's a lot.
Yep.
I'll do all that. Don't do it for me.
Okay. Don't mess it up.
Oh, several. I'm never gonna step. I said, don't do it for me.
See, I like this little ledge here. It'll protect the paint. And then I'll show you when we open the door. It's actually integrated. See, it's part of the door. I like that a lot.
You like it?
I do. That's the air conditioning fan kicking on because I just opened the door. Okay, how are we looking? Did you do all the way down?
No.
Uh-oh, missed a spot. Missed the whole thing.
I didn't.
Gotta get in here like that. All right, we're gonna have to squeeze.
I can do that. I can do that.
I don't know if you can fit.
Why is it called a Rivian?
That's the brand. That's what the company's called.
Why is it called Rivian?
It's a Rivian R1T.
What is it?
R1 is the model, and it's an R1 truck. Stop looking at the camera. You don't look at the camera. The camera is not for looking at. People think you're weird when you do that. They think you're weird when you look at the camera like that.
Sometimes I look to see what you're doing because I can't see.
All right, press this button. Close it. There's a button down here. It's right here. Cool.
We done?
No, we gotta do this door over here. Can you do this door? Here, do this. Clean the door jamb. Come on, you're not doing your job.
What am I supposed to be doing?
Clean the door jamb.
Mom was so superstitious that she wouldn't even let me drink water.
Yeah, well.
I'm just kidding.
All right, I'm gonna clean the windows and then it's a wrap.
Can I go?
Yep. Thanks for your help. I do have to dress the tires. Actually, the tires have a lot of silicone left on them. I think I'm not gonna dress them.
Bye, everybody.
I'm gonna leave them alone. All right, so since these are this is the first cleaning of the windows, I'm gonna use Angel Wax Vision, which is I believe it's ammonia based. It's really stout, really nasty stuff. It works really well. So is all this interior, I think, is fake leather? Is it all vinyl? Or is it leather? Maybe you can cue me into that. So I'm just gonna do the glass here and then call it a night. We're not gonna dress the tires because it still has a lot of that silicone goop on it. So another couple of cleanings, we'll get that cleaned off. I'm gonna mess with the back window until we get the plate. Let's do the front. Look at this countertop, man. This is awesome. Wow. Love it, love it, love it. Every progressive step is a step largely in the right direction. And then you make adjustments along the way to make the next step a little better than the last step you took. Sometimes you misstep, and the more you can be okay with those missteps in life, the better chance you have of really positive successive or success in general. But man, look at how good this place looks. Just do a quick interior window cleanup because it was real foggy. Crap, it just tripped the breaker. Why is it doing that? I wonder if the panel is overheating. I think that might be it. I'll give the panel a second to cool down, but last night I kept the panel box open. I almost feel like the charger's overheating the breaker and the breaker's tripping. Right now it won't reset. It's really hot. There's a fan inside of that. This is ill-advised. Crap, this tip split too. Dang it. Oh yeah. This is way better having a clean window. Let's do the initial wipe with the towel and then come back and do the final with this. Reach and clean tool. Yep, it's tip split. Yeah, we got some decent deconning to do. Get this thing prepared to have a nice washing experience. Yeah, that's it. It's just overheated. Yeah, it's just to balk the breaker overheated and tripped, so we'll have to check the wiring, make sure we have an appropriate thickness wiring. We may need to run a new wire down there. We'll see. We'll see how we have to do that. Anyway, that's the Rivian. Actually, let me take camera off the tripod here and I'll show you the interior. So, check this thing out. It's pretty darn nice, man. I'm telling you, this thing looks great. Like this here will pass through into this cubby here. Of course, you've probably seen this thing, this cubby here, which you can sit on. And then this has a compartment for your air compressor, which is awesome. And then inside of here are some plugs. And so that pass-through will go through to there. Underneath the seat here is a giant storage area, which is awesome. I think it's probably vinyl. It feels really nice. The door cards are nice. It's no longer a Meridian system, it's a Rivian system, but the sound system's pretty good. And then of course you have your interface as well. I'll probably do a better video on this when we'll have WABA film it so I don't have shaky cam. And there's your main display. There's a little Bluetooth speaker under here, which you can pull out and take with you. Cup holders are there as well. The seats are heated and cooled. The rears are heated only. Of course, you have the roof, which is awesome. And doesn't feel like a sunroof, which is key. And then in the back area, you've got tons and tons of storage in this thing. That whole compartment under here, that whole section where that seam is all a giant storage compartment. You have power outlets behind that thing right there. You have tie downs and stuff. It's freaking awesome, man. It's really great. So I don't notice any real glaring issues. We're gonna do iron removal, so that'll get the iron out of the embedded iron out of the paint. We'll take the wheels and tires off, denib the tires, take the wheels off and denib the tires, dress them, get whatever that goofy silicone crap they put on there off, coat the calipers and the wheels, so we'll do that later, polish the thing. This will probably only need a basic two-step quick polish. And yeah, looking good. The interior looks nice. I've got to figure out my charging issues with my panel overheating and tripping the breaker. We'll kind of see how that goes. We really only need to charge a little bit here today. Yeah, we're at 61%. Take it up to 85. So it should take a couple of hours to do that. It's only charging at like 18 miles an hour. I did go in and make sure that it's turned all the way to maximum amperage draw. But yeah, it says 3 hours and 26 minutes. That'll ramp up a little bit to get to 85%. But I think Michelle's really gonna like this thing. She's gonna use and abuse this. They'll beat up the interior, and I'm okay with that, you know. So anyway, that's the introduction of the Rivian. Thanks for watching. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. This thing won't stay in here. It'll eventually go out in the wash bay whenever we get that built, if we get that built. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.